In the last video, I talked about how I replaced the pump. In this video, I'll explain how to replace the bearings in a Samsung washing machine. So, after I replaced the pump, it worked for a bit, and then stopped spinning well. It's spinning very slowly, and my wife is complaining that it's not wringing out the clothes properly. I laid it on its side and removed the back cover. We took off this part with the little laughing figure, which is the drive of the machine. Now everything seems fine, but when I turn the shaft of the machine, I can feel some resistance. Here's our shaft. I'll give it a spin, and the machine rattles and shakes. Everything seems perfectly fine with the operational limit of the system, but when I carefully and slowly turn the rotating shaft of the mechanical machine, I can distinctly and clearly feel some unusual and unexpected resistance that wasn't there before. Here's our shaft. The machine shakes. The bearing is bad. If I move the shaft, there's play, which shouldn't be there. The water hasn't started leaking yet. This indicates that the bearing has failed. Also, if you take the shaft and move it a little, you can feel some play, which should not be there. Although, the water hasn't started leaking yet. But still, there's definitely an issue with one of the bearings, and we need to sort it out. Let's get to work. Now we need to remove the drum of the washing machine, which has two bearings installed. Let's get to work. Now we need to remove the drum of the washing machine, which has two bearings installed. I've already bought the bearing. The ones claim to be Italian. Here and there, in various places, they are slightly different by one size. In some instances, one is bigger, one is smaller. Here's one that ends 25908. The second one is 25907, and judging by the inscriptions it says Ariston, possibly of good quality. Based on the reviews, I thought it would be better not to go for Ukrainian and Russian ones because they are very noisy, and the machine will operate loudly. The Italian ones are a bit more expensive, of course, but it's worth it for them to work well and quietly. And the machine will operate loudly. Italian ones are a little more expensive, of course, but it's worth it if they work well and quietly. Let's get started. We will now need to lift the car and begin to disassemble it, because in order to get to the drum, you need to take the entire machine. This is a very tricky job. Let's get started on that. First, we remove the powder dispenser by pressing the central lock. It's coming out of its socket. You can see that it's already a bit dirty. There are a lot of powder residues. Before we install it, let's wash it well. There are two screws here that need to be unscrewed. After we unscrew them, we will have access to the control system of the washing machine. We use a Phillips screwdriver, a tool designed for this purpose, to unscrew them. This involves carefully turning the screwdriver to loosen the screws. Let's put all the screws in one place so we don't lose them or forget where they were. Now, we need to remove the top cover. To do this, you need to unscrew two screws at the back. One is on the left, the other is on the right. In the washing machine, the larger head is specifically engineered to provide optimal contact with the plastic material, ensuring efficiency and effectiveness in its function. However, dealing with this can be quite a hassle, so it might be beneficial to consider removing it to simplify the process and make things more manageable. I pulled the cover towards myself and lifted the new one out of phase. This is how the cover of the Samsung VF0508 machine, specifically in the latest model, looks like, as you can see. Let's set it aside. And now we need to remove the front panel from the control board and connect all the connectors of the control board. Again, making sure not to mix them up. Pressing from the bottom. Let's disconnect the connectors. There are 2 screws securing the front panel. Let's unscrew them. What needs to be done with the connected reserves? I mentioned it because something might catch fire. Here we connect the other connectors on the control board. All connectors are removed by pressing the button at the bottom. Before that, you also need to carefully remove the powder receiver. Here are 3 small, short self-tapping screws. We connect the hose to the tank and make sure it is tightly fitted. And it will fit into its place. After that, the control board is removed from the front panel. We connect everything that we didn't get to at the beginning. Using a screwdriver, we press and remove the entire panel. Here's what our panel looks like. So this is how it looks. Let's set it aside. You can wipe it with a dry cloth. Here, be careful. Here is the flow. It's all coated with lacquer. It's a very reliable installation. We need to disconnect the front panel. To do this, we unscrew 2 screws at the top. Let's remove the decorative cover that we are closing. Pump filter drain. It easily unclips here if you gently press on both sides of the latch. This is how it goes as well. Now we need to carefully unscrew 3 screws at the bottom. Now we need to carefully open the door and remove the sealing rubber. To do this, we carefully and gently pull back the rubber, and with utmost care and attention, find the standard spring ring there, ensuring everything is in place. It needs to be unhooked. You can remove the locking ring. Here it is. It's spring loaded, and after that we insert the rubber ring inside. I didn't take off the front panel. After unscrewing all the screws, we remove the front cover carefully, trying not to damage it. Closing the doors and the lock. We open it, connect the connector. It's slightly burnt, so we'll need to treat it with lubricant, and we'll set the front cover with the door aside and put it to the side. Now, let's connect the pressure switch hose, and we'll set the front cover with the door aside and put it to the side. Now let's connect the pressure switch hose. Here it is connected. The connector here is also removed by pressing. On the clamp, we take it off from the rest and connect it at the bottom. Everything that's not connected, so it doesn't get in our way anymore. Now we unscrew the ballast from the tank. Now the upper handle of the ballast. We connect the hose that goes to the pump. For this we screw in the pressure switch, fastener. Here it is at this kind of fastener. We loosen the pump clamp for draining. After that it's necessary to disconnect the heating element, contact fastener. In the process, let's remember the location of the main connectors. We rewire the motor and disconnect it from the connector. Now let's unscrew the two bolts that hold the motor in place. Here's the motor. We already have the brushes that we will be replacing later on. We unscrew the shock absorbers from the drum. And now let's move the drum. We are removing the springs from the drum. They weren't in the way. They look like this. Finally we can take the drum out of the washing machine. You watched the video on how to remove the drum from the washing machine, which we will replace in the next video. Bearings. We have the washing machine, Samsung. Right. Basically, with a bit of desire and patience, all of this can be done by yourself. Here's the drum we have.